So many of us have been talking about the circus now known as Britney Spears' life. But if you're like me, you almost need a scorecard to keep track. Well, we've got something much better than that. Our favorite legal expert, former LA criminal prosecutor Loni Coombs, is here to break Britney's legal battle with her dad down. Loni, it's great to see you, but help us here. The conservatorship that started with her father taking over 13 years ago grew into something much more than a dad trying to protect his daughter, didn't it?
Yeah, Danny, it really did. Look, when this first was put in place, it was a temporary conservatorship because Britney was going through some things and people thought that somebody needed to step in and help her. And that's what a temporary conservatorship can do. When someone's going through a crisis, they step in, they help them get back on their feet. They lift the conservatorship and everybody goes on as normal. But what happened in this case is Jamie Spears, her father, who was named as her conservator, went in after about 9 months and made it from a temporary conservatorship to a permanent conservatorship. Now, permanent conservatorships are usually for older people who have like dementia or Alzheimer's or who are in a coma, and that conservatorship stays in place to protect them and make decisions for them until they die. This was for Britney Spears, who's still very young and very vital, and that's how she ends up 13 years later, still under the restrictions of this permanent conservatorship.
What were some of the wildest allegations that she has against her father?
She started to speak out publicly in June, and she said a number of things, from her father not allowing her to drive her own car, to pick what she wanted to eat, that he was forcing her to work when she didn't want to, that she was put in a mental facility when she didn't want to go, that she wasn't able to get married when she wanted to. And the headline that everyone got, all riled up about is that she said that she was forced to keep her IUD in place so she couldn't get pregnant.
Wow. And was she also not performing so her dad wouldn't make any money? Was he lining his pockets?
So very interesting. In this conservatorship, Jamie Spears went into the court and asked that she be able to get a percentage of the work that she was doing, her business deals. And the court actually approved that. So whenever she went out and worked, he was making money off of her, which is a very clear conflict of interest for someone who's supposed to be acting solely in her best interest. So she said in 2019, she was just about to start another residency in Vegas, because remember, she's been very productive during this time. She's been doing world tours, albums, another residency in Vegas, on television. Well, in 2019, she pulled out at the last minute from this residency, and she said, "I'm doing it because I'm worried about my dad's health." But later, she's now said, "I'm refusing to work anymore until my dad is not the conservator, because he's just making money off of me, and I don't want that to happen anymore."
And Loni, we know you've been there from the beginning. So where do things stand now in this case?
So in June, when she finally was able to speak out publicly in court, and I was there at the courthouse, it was extremely emotional, extremely moving to hear her speak, almost panicked that people wouldn't listen to her or believe her. But she asked for three very clear things. One, she wanted her own attorney, not the one that the court gave her 13 years ago. Two, she wanted her father off the conservatorship, as she's been asking for the last 13 years. And three, she wanted the conservatorship to be ended. So she's actually been able to get her own attorney. She's got Matthew Rosengart, who has been an excellent advocate for her. She finally got her dad taken off the conservatorship just a few weeks ago. And now on November 12th, her attorney has said he's going into court and they're going to talk to the court about terminating the conservatorship altogether.
So does this mean her dad is done? Is he out of her affairs completely?
Well, he's not going to be involved in the conservatorship. That's very clear. Her mental health team told the court that actually it's bad for her mental and physical health for him to be in such a controlling position in her life. But more than that, her attorney has said that he is now doing an investigation into Jamie Spears and this conservatorship for the past 13 years to see if he abused his role as conservator and the way he was treating Britney and the decisions he was making for her and the way he was spending her money.
Does that mean we'll see Britney back on stage? That's what we want to see. We want to see her performing again. Do you think that's going to happen?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, literally. You really have to look at Britney. She's talked about wanting to retire altogether from performing, just be able to spend time with her kids. Her most recent Instagram post thanked her fans for helping her get to this point, and she said, "Right now, I'm just enjoying my freedom, and I need some time to heal."
All right, and Loni, look into your crystal ball. How does this all end?
Yeah, crystal ball, exactly. I think so many people really have a soft place in their heart for Britney. When I heard her speak, and I've worked with a lot of women who have been in very controlling, abusive situations, I heard someone who was pleading for help. And it really pulled me in, and I wanted to do everything I could to bring the spotlight on what was going on in her case, as all her fans. I mean, those Free Britney fans, I have to tell you, at first, when I heard about them, I thought, what's going on here? Are they kind of crazy or whatever? But they have been so instrumental and so focused, and they've educated themselves on conservatorships, and they really know what they were doing. And they gave her, I think, the courage to be able to speak up and feel like there were people there supporting her. And that's what opened the door to her getting to the point where she is now, where it looks like the conservatorship will be able to be terminated at some point. So I think that, everyone hopes that at some point she'll be able to live her life on her own terms, being healthy and happy, and being able to make the decisions for herself.
Yeah, such a fascinating story. We wish her well. And thank you so much, Loni, for being here and breaking it all down for us. Thank you. We will be calling on you again.
Thanks, Danny.